Here we are for Melbourne Cup preview, and exciting Melbourne Cup this year. It's going out to all of you to watch. We tipped pretty well on Saturday in the Group 1s, and hopefully we'll do a good job in the Cup this year. We'll go through each one.
Tipped the winner last year.
Yes. I think I might be backing up there too.
Guys,
even Frankie Dettori.
We're going to give us a market, or what's the story?
Yeah. So it's $9 a field. At the moment, Marmelo is the favourite, $9. $10 Almandin, $10 Humidor, $11 Johannes Vermeer, $13 Wall of Fire, $15 Max Dynamite, $15 Rekindling, $18 is Tom Hobson to his friends, 19 Armley Star, 21 Red Cardinal, then where are we? 31 Boom Time, the Caulfield Cup winner, 31 Tiberian, who, did you know his dad was just a stallion?
I heard the story.
Yeah,
Great story.
Amazing story, isn't it?
What do they call him?
Teaser.
Teaser. He's just a teaser, given a mare just to
Tease up, and he slipped her one.
$26 Hartnell, went across him, 35 Ventura Storm, 41 Makita, 51 Single Gaze, 61 Sismontane, the gay bot runner, 71 Bondi Beach, 71 Wicklow Brave, only 9, 71 US Army Ranger, and 126 Galante. Have I got the lot there?
That's about it.
But it's wide betting. And
interesting riders.
Yeah, I look, and the amazing thing is, Glenn, that there's only one 4-year-old in the race.
Yeah.
And he's a European 4-year-old that's actually 3.
Yeah, and not without a home.
That's Rekindling, trained by Aidan's son, Joseph O'Brien. So, I do have a speed map, courtesy of a very good man on the internet who wrote a comprehensive preview, and he's put together a speed map, Andrew Hawkins. He's an international form expert out of Hong Kong.
Okay.
And he's got Sismontane and Galante jousting for the lead, with Tiberian well forward. Hartnell on the speed, Single Gaze on the speed, I'd agree with that. Boom Time and Ventura Storm the next 2. Then a line of 3, Big Duke on the rails, Humidor 1 out, US Army Ranger posted. Midfield, Bondi Beach and Almandin. Also midfield behind them, Johannes Vermeer and Armley Star. Marmelo 3 wide, back with cover. Wicklow Brave and Rekindling underneath him. Then Wall of Fire, Max Dynamite. Thomas Hobson out wide, Libran on the inside. Nikita and Red Cardinal the last 2. So he's very detailed and would have put a lot of effort into constructing that speed.
Looks a really good map there, guys. And some horses there that interest me already.
So how fast do you think they're going there with that sort of... Sismontane is he wants the front, but he's also he's not a very fast horse.
They're going 12.2 for every 200, aren't they?
Right.
They're clicking along.
So
short 12s.
Who's suited by this configuration?
Well, if Marmelo happened to get in from 3 deep to 2 deep, but I think if the pace is on, I think all these horses, if they can get some cover, they're all suited.
All right, number 1 is Hartnell, who mysteriously turns up in his 3rd Cup with a bit of time off and not much of a prep in terms of distance credentials. Damien Lade takes over from Glynn.
Yeah, well, we find a horse here, which is a horse that it looks all wrong about it. Going up to 1,200 metres looks wrong, the last one. But it does carry the SP profile being favourite last year, and an amazing stat, even though it is coming out of a Group 1 race, never ever forget Glyn off.
Yeah, but it was ridden by J Mac, who is a miracle worker last year and got towelled up. Did start favourite last year. Hard to have. Good?
Not in as good a form as last year, so has no chance.
Number 2, Almandin, who's the reigning Cup winner. There has only been 4 Cup winners win consecutive Cups.
Looks a hard gig, and being a bit of a weights man from the weekend, as you notice, going up to 4.5 kilos. So 52 last year, had the PR of all PRs, goes to barrier 14 this year, 56.5.
Isn't he actually in better form this year?
Is he? Or did he do nothing the other day?
Well, he's meant to do nothing the other day, wasn't he?
What, was just an Oliver buy at the evens?
Yeah.
I thought he did nothing the other day. I'm worried about him going from 52 to 56.5, and he goes from ridden perfectly to Frankie, I don't know which way they're going.
I see what you're saying. So last year he was coming off the 2 wins. So whereas his buy is a dead set form query.
Dead set form query. Big rider change theirs. We've got young
He has
Frankie.
run
He's
two
got a
close
big
seconds. He's had 14 goes, I think, in the Cup. He's run second twice.
Seconds aren't wins, Mark.
I am massively keen on number 2, Almandin, and I can forgive a lot of things with this horse. These guys are freaks for setting the horse for the grand final. This is the grand final. If you look at, he's had 3 runs this preparation. First 3 starts, all preparations. He's had 12 starts for 3 wins.
Okay.
4th up or more into a preparations. He's had 3 starts for guess how many wins? 3
I know
wins.
you're going to say 3 wins.
3 starts for 3 wins. If you look at Frankie Dettori, of his 15 rides in the Melbourne Cup, I think 13 of them have been overseas horses first up in Australia, so they're all pen jobs.
Okay.
And he actually has run some seconds. Yes, he's been responsible for some iffy rides in the Melbourne Cup, but he's ridden it plenty of times right now, and he's seriously on the right horse right now.
Okay.
I'm really keen. Lots of stats ticks.
I
And
can only
another
find one 4th up run. He's had 15 lifetime starts. The only 4th up run I can find is winning the Bart Cummings last year.
Okay, well, my RaceNet has 5 starts first up for 3 seconds and a third, 4 second up for 2 wins and a second, 3 starts third up for 1 win. That's 3 starts left over for 3 wins.
All right, we'll have to agree to disagree there.
And another thing I'll say about Almandin is I was a little bit disappointed with the Trump's last start as well, but there is a reference with this stable, which is Green Moon coming out and not going well in
the Cox Plate, which is a very
Plate.
different race.
In the Cox Plate, and then hitting it what might have been its grand final, or I think was its grand final, and winning the race.
What about the fact there was a 7-year-old when you're kind of at the
So he was 6 last year, wasn't he? I mean, all the
European
overseas
horse.
horses get their age advanced. They're all 6 months younger than their age actually says.
All I can say in my form guy says he's a fucking 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, he's an 8-year-old. There's a 7-year-old when he was like at the top of his game, and you're saying he's a 6-year-old. He had 52 kilos to win by a bee's dick, and now he's got 56 and a half. 4.5 kilos doesn't bother you?
Doesn't bother me at all.
Okay. But you're getting $9.50. I'm saying I don't like it, but I'm saying at $9.50 I'd rather be on it than against it. So it does seem an appealing price.
What about the fact what's happened here? You know how they were supposed to have, they're all supposed to have a run in the autumn. Remember the fashion?
Yeah.
Fioronte did it as well. It was this is what you do. Lloyd's showing us what to do. You have one run in the autumn, then you get put away. But there's no run in the autumn for this horse.
No, but the run 2 starts to go over the 2,500 was a
Oh yeah, was brilliant. Humidor, Darren Weir, Blake Shin, obviously coming off the Cox Plate run to Wiggs, did it sort of tough in the Caulfield Cup. Glenn?
got absolutely none. Can't run the distance. Barrier 13.
So why are you saying it can't run the distance?
Well, it's always failed over 2,400 and 2,500
It's
metres.
always failed on a fucking heavy bloody, on a nightmare track at Rose Hill.
So now we're going to 2
And
miles.
it failed at his third lifetime start.
Look, you've got to have an opinion, Mark. I'm saying it's going up 1,160 metres. It's 7th up tomorrow. It's coming off a PR out of the Cox Plate. We've got a suck of all sucks to drag in, and it's this price because everyone says, oh, it's run second to wing. So I can't imagine it running a place.
All right, Gordo?
Totally agree with Glenn.
All right, I'm tipping Humidor on top. It's got wings form. Like, tell me the last horse that even made some ground up on wings was Haraki, who then came out and did the impossible in the Epsom.
Good luck to you, Mark. Can't even consider it a chance.
And it's got B Shin on as well.
Riding well in
at
Melbourne.
the absolute peak of his
Peak of
powers.
his game. Let's get to Tiberian. You're the only one that likes it.
Tiberian is the teaser pony that has sired this horse with the French rider and the French trainer.
I've seen all these horses come from overseas, time off. They've never ever done it. Leave me out of this.
But this horse has actually got some strong form lines. So if
They always have strong form lines, these overseas
No, they
horses.
don't always have strong form lines. This horse has got Talismanic and Doha Dream, and Doha Dream turns up in the Marmelo form the wrong way.
Okay.
I'm not.
What are you saying about the Tiberian?
I just can't get over the way to win the Melbourne Cup is to have a run in Australia.
But someone's going to do it eventually. They've got horribly close, like Heartbreak City again last year.
Yeah.
Seconds aren't first, Mark.
And they've put a foreign jockey on it as well.
Oh, I think the connections are a problem
names, yeah.
problem for the horse. I'd love to pen it. It just does seem to have the strongest international form line.
It's got barrier 23 as well. I can't imagine it's anywhere but 3 or 4 deep throughout.
Marmelo, Bowman, who is he relaxed now that Winks has been put away.
Yep.
Saturday he was just fair.
Just fair. He's been really working hard at getting his weight down. We've seen Huey in the past when he gets his weight down, he gets the little crankies, and it shows in his riding.
Okay. It didn't matter the first time for Winks.
Can we not talk about Winks anymore?
All right, Marmelo's had a classic sort of international horse preparation where he has one run in a 1.5 mile race. It just happened to be the Caulfield Cup. He got well back. He made his run down the outside when the horses that finished on sort of pinched. He won the Kegelay. Kegelay, is that the race?
Yep.
That Americane and Dunadan and Protectionist came through.
Yep. Looks a really strong staying type. I think he's the right age being a 5-year-old. I love the fact he's a horse. Lightly raced, 11 starts here for the 3 wins and 5 placings. I think he ticks a lot of boxes. I think if he gets a nice run, he's clearly top pick.
I think he's a great chance. I was a little bit worried about the map.
Yeah, he's probably going to be in the back half of the field, isn't he?
Back half field posted wide.
Maybe not, Huey.
Right.
Jockeys move out of the way for Hubert.
He's my second pick.
Okay.
Then we come to Luke Mulrall's horse, Red Cardinal.
He's got barrier 24 straight. So it's McAvoy, who's won all year on everything.
But this is
coming out of that Kegelay.
The freak trainer of Americane and Protectionist.
Great
Protectionist
trainer.
went to Chris Lee's and couldn't walk.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
So this guy has had this horse for I think it's 4 or 5 runs.
Yep.
Since it was purchased by Australian Bloodstock, and I watched its run in the American race at Belmont Park, where it won over the 2 miles, settled off the pace, had a good run, finished on, won the race, held off the Blouser. Interestingly, there he was second up, and then he has 72 days off, and he fails in what's supposedly a slowly run Marmelo race, Kegelay, but then he has time off again.
He's got a win over 3,200 metres first up after 231 days off.
Hard to imagine for me to come to Australia and do that,
Germany.
guys.
Yeah. It's a $100,000 race.
It's a barrier 24. It's 79 days off. How can you have it?
I just can't. I'm just going on that one variable thing, but I'm obviously looking for a lightly raced horse.
This at
on the
least
up
has
with
got at least has got a local rider.
It's got K-Mac.
with a trainer with credentials.
Yeah.
With an outfit that sort of knows what they do know what they're doing.
One thing is Marmelo. They ran against each other.
In the Kegelay, Marmelo
overseas.
led throughout.
Yeah.
And this horse sat at the race at the tail and stayed there.
And Marmelo actually had slight SP over Red Cardinal there too.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you've got to have
Marmelo's
Marmelo
had
on
the
top
local
of Red
run and
Cardinal.
blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
I-
Number 7 is Johan
Yeah.
Vermeer. Let's go.
Started favourite in the lead up, the Caulfield Cup.
Tick.
And has
2
had
runs in Australia.
2 runs in Australia.
2 ticks.
Yeah, he's
Best trainer in the world.
Is
Tick.
that 2 ticks, or is you best to have 1 run and then you're ready?
No, I think the run over 2,000, then 2,400. It's a perfect setup for tomorrow. It's drawn to get the PR barrier 3. It's one of the few horses that you can think with confidence is going to get a nice run.
Yep.
Looks to get the distance. It's third up tomorrow. It's clearly my second pick, boys.
Ben Mellon, gun jockey down there in Melbourne too. Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Yeah.
Good chance, I have to say.
Good chance.
I have to say good chance.
Moving past Bondi Beach, good place to have a swim. But tomorrow, horse completely out of form.
Yep.
Be 100-1. I think it's all of 100-1 chance.
Yes.
Hot rider, good stable.
That's it.
Leave me out.
And then we get to the 8-year-old Max Dynamite, who
He's the first horse I've ever seen in the history of racing going down 19 kilos in a run.
So all the weights, Glenn. Oh, he's weight
73 down to 54. I love it. I love it.
So
That's
this horse
good.
ran second 2 years ago to the fairy tale story,
Yep. Which yeah.
and Dettori was on it that day.
Yep.
And then he failed a couple of times off a spell, and then
year and a bit
disappeared
off.
for a year and a bit, resumed in a hurdle, and then won a 6-horse amateur riders race.
For $18,000, and you get double that racing at Taree on next Tuesday.
No chance.
Are you fucking kidding? This is a top. This is one of the best stayers in the world. Now, William Mull, these Irish, I mean, how patient can you be? Like, you've got one of the best stayers in the world and you resume it in an $18,000 race. No wonder they had a bloody potato famine over there. No bugger wanted to fix the problem. Fucking the Irish
They
are the
just want to
best.
cheat all the time.
Oh, they just said, "Bugger, yeah, be sweet. He's a good horse. He'll win a cup." Like, it's a great stayer. Clearly third pick with me.
This is
not even in my top
This
8.
horse is sort of third up, isn't it?
It's got a great chance.
Third up off a
He's
monster
a
spell.
very, very shifty bloke, this William Mullins. Zach will be riding it. Zach's a fan of the old Punish show and he'd watch the racing round, and I wish him all the very best with his
Can't
ride.
we say this horse is finished?
I can't.
Race, what are we up to now?
Number 10, Ventura
number 10,
Storm.
Ventura
There's
Storm.
Hayes and Tiberian. They've won everything else. I might as well win this.
Yeah, G-Boss to ride. Ran in the Caulfield Cup, was in the market in the Caulfield Cup off the second to Winks.
10 to 1, the last 300 metres of the race, when it didn't have a chance. Oliver seemed to really look after the horse with this race in mind. I think at 40 to 1, it's got a great hope tomorrow. Gordon?
Not for me.
Gordon's just going to tip the top two, and that's it. He's done. Wicklow Brave. We've lost Shoe Shot the Barman. What are we doing with Wicklow? Have a guess. Not for you?
Of course.
Did run 66s in the Caulfield Cup. Is this his third or fourth Melbourne Cup?
He's a 9-year-old now, again trained by this William Mullins.
Right, he ran.
He's trying to fix the potato.
Third last in the Cup last year to
Hard to
Almandin.
imagine. Hard to imagine.
He'd want a downpour.
But interestingly, he's got a SP over Rekindling
Yeah.
there at the Curragh on the 2nd of July.
Interestingly. Can we move to Big Duke?
Big Duke, Darren Weir. There's three trainers. They've got three runners each.
Our
Willie
man, the gun will be on it.
Willie
Brendan
Mullins, Darren Weir, and Robert Hickman, or Lloyd Williams.
Yeah.
They've got three runners each.
Wow.
So
Very disappointing the other day on the inside of the Moonee Valley. Was it a bit of a tune-up for this?
what are you talking about? You never got a run.
I didn't think he had enough energy to take the run. I don't know if he never got a run.
What did you say, Gord? What did you think about he was hopelessly blocked away, wasn't
Okay, he was hopelessly blocked, but he sort of was in the right part of the track too. I mean,
Is he anything to forgive? I can't believe
no,
it.
I'm saying he's got some sort of a top 8 chance. But
Okay. Barrier
Hard,
5.
hard
not
to
for
have,
me.
isn't he?
Yeah, not.
I thought he was hard to have.
Not good enough.
Yeah, not good enough. I think that's his comment.
Talking about-
US Army Ranger, Jamie Spencer, Joseph O'Brien, ran second in the English Derby at
Yeah.
7-2 favourite.
5 years ago or something.
No, 18 months ago. 18 months ago, this horse ran second in the English Derby at 7-2, and since then has gone like a complete bastard.
It's good to see that the father gives the son all the busted up ones. Nothing like hot working trainers and give your sons all rubbish, but
Yeah.
No chance.
no chance.
Boom Time, the Caulfield Cup winner, got the best run of all time there off a really interesting lead-up run.
Hard to imagine.
Not good enough.
Coming off a PR to win a Caulfield Cup.
Yeah,
At 50s. Let me out.
And he's 50s in the Caulfield Cup and he's 30s in the Melbourne Cup. He's,
Yeah.
Just shows you how maligned that cup is for racing enthusiasts.
So, does that mean that it's not the right lead-up, the Caulfield Cup? If Single Gaze is 50s and Boom Time's 30s and, there's the 1-2 in the Caulfield
Okay,
Cup.
so we're saying there's maybe, yeah.
No, but you got to. The track was playing quite biased that day, and I thought Marmelo's was a nice sort of like.
And what Mark's saying is that the wrong lead up if all the forms are skew at the front.
Yeah, but there's those that you can forgive off that, just saying that was their first run in Australia, getting themselves ready for the grand final.
Barrier trial.
Yeah.
All right, so Galante is Hickmott's other roughie. So he's got Almandin and the 200 to 1 chances.
Going like a busted, won't pass the
Wants a
runner.
wet track, but will be part of the speed. Libran, Chris Waller.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Yeah.
Nikita is Glyn.
Interesting run of this.
And last up winner of the Ebor.
Really attacked the line too. Took a gap and really attacked the line.
It was an interesting runner that I had a second look at, and I just I'm not looking for a horse that's had that many starts for that sort of low win percentage rate who is having their first start in Australia. So 2 key negatives, can't have it.
Barrier 19, got the best rider on the race, Glenn. Definitely get good Glenn tomorrow in the Melbourne Cup.
Well, what about this?
I think it's one of the better roughies.
Single Gaze. Who ever thought that they'd see it in a Melbourne Cup by not a single down?
With some millions.
But it was, how did it stick on in the Caulfield Cup?
Again, it's a maligned race. How did it? I'm not sure Kathy can get 3,200, let alone the horse. Leave me out.
Right, okay, so we seem to be potting a lot of form here. Gord, any opinions?
There's
on
not many
Single Gaze?
chances. That's
Yeah.
why, Mark. There's not many hopes here.
No chance.
Wall of Fire has got the look of a lot of imported Melbourne Cup winners.
Very good chance.
It's fucking absolutely legless.
Well,
It was a slugs one the other day. How's it a chance? What are you talking about, Gordon?
It was this barrier trial in Australia.
yeah, but what about the 2 mile run in the States where it just got towed up by Red Cardinal and shitbag Wicklow Brave towed beat it, beat at home well and truly.
Lightly raced, overseas horse, Australian jockey, second run in Australia. There's a couple of ticks.
Fucking trained by Hugo Palmer. Who's Hugo? I wear Hugo Palmer, don't I? No, it's Hugo Boss. Thomas Hobson, guys.
Look, I was originally interested in Wall of Fire, but he doesn't survive interrogation from me. Thomas Hobson, Magic Man on board, Willie Mullins' third runner, has run in 3 starts back, ran in the longest flat race in the UK, the, what is it?
43.55 metres, Queen Alexandra, for like 1 pace
2 3/4 miles, race at Ascot.
Drawn out in barrier 21. There's every chance Jane Marrera come out of the barriers and go the other way.
There is no other way to go. Oh, you mean like the
Left-hand turn. There's another way. There's always another way with Joe.
But he can't. So he's restrained out of the barriers.
Wait a minute, left-hand
to tail
turn.
the field.
Left-hand turn.
The field goes down the straight and he
Left-hand
goes
turn.
left.
Come counter-clockwise. He's the best, Joe. Can't catch Joey in Australia. Won't be winning tomorrow.
Gordo?
No.
Too
Rekindling.
many hurdle runs. They seem to go well off. They seem to go well off the hurdle runs. Like there's a horse that went to Ascot off 6 hurdle runs.
Yeah.
And pissed it. Beat a field of 18 by 6 lengths.
Interesting stat, but if I start back in hurdles in Melbourne Cups, I'm going to end up mentally.
Right, the 3-year-old.
Youngest horse in the race.
Designed, Rekindling, who ran in this year's, not English, what is that Group 1 for 3-year-olds at Epsom on the 3rd of the 6th? That's not the English Derby, is it? Maybe it is. Yes, it must have. It ran 25s in the English Derby this year.
Yeah.
Trained by Joseph O'Brien, son of Aidan. Brown to ride. Glenn?
Well, look, the run at the car at 3 starts ago in the Cup, it really attacked the line. It shouldn't have won the race. So it did a really good job. It's had the 2 runs since. I think it's a.
But the Wicklow Braves in that form line, is that that's not good enough?
That's run second in order of St George. He's the best starter in the world, or St George, isn't he?
Yeah, second of 6 beaten 5.
I thought he was a rough chance at 20. He's a bit worried about Corey getting the distance too.
Gordo?
I think it's an overseas horse with some chance.
Armley Star was put to the sword by Craig in the Caulfield Cup. Dean Yindle takes over, and it's been well specced in the betting, hasn't it? It's only $19.
Seems a million to 1 chance to me. 6-year-old Mel went backwards on the turn the other day. Couldn't imagine it.
No chance.
Says Montaigne's the bunny.
This is getting quite rebellious.
Hey?
Oh,
Says Montaigne. So
competitive.
when did we back? We backed this. We did back this. We backed this at Warwick Farm behind Woogok and Canterbury behind Estic Raj.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Will win the first lap of the Melbourne Cup, but just not the second lap. Anyway, my tips, guys. I'm tipping number 5. I'm tipping Marmelo to win the Melbourne Cup tomorrow, to beat Johan Vermeer, who I think is going to get a PR. And the more Gord has swayed me back, big surprise, I'm tipping Almandin for 3rd. So my numbers are 5, 7, 2, which is a bit unfortunate. They're like the top 3 in the markets, but I just don't think there's much else.
Good.
2 from 5. That's it.
Marcus?
So we've potted the Caulfield Cup form, and yet we're sort of forced to
Tip Marmelo?
tip Caulfield Cup form. What's the story?
Well, I'm not tipping its form. I'm tipping its prior form. I'm tipping that was a tune-up.
Right,
that was a barrier trial for today and for Tuesday. And I think I'm going to get the winner in 3 there, 5, 7, 2.
Tell you what, it's a distance race in Melbourne, but I'm definitely betting. I'm going to have a go at number 2.
There you go. Marcus, what are you tipping before you grey all our viewers up? And don't forget to catch up with us on Racing Rant and log on to the stuff we do, and then email Mark if you want to get a insight into what we do. There's always 2 weeks free available, and love to have you on board.
Yeah, look, I'm tipping the horse with the best last start. It's Humidor. I think that he's lost his poisonous Caulfield Cup run by running into Winks. I know that he PR'd, but that's got to be a platform that he can do something from.
Okay.
As far as minors are concerned, I don't know where to look. Certainly, I understand the credentials of Marmelo, I understand the credentials of Johannes Vermeer, and Almandin must fit in there somewhere. And that's it. So that's it for our Melbourne Cup preview. Once a year it comes
Once
to you.
a year, there it is. And looking to have a great cup day. Enjoy yourselves. Don't bet too much or drink too much, or maybe bet too much. Maybe you should bet too much.
I tell you what, sign up and get the Mounting Yard Mail because and get Mark's stuff for for Randwick
Yeah,
tomorrow, because
look at it.
we are
So-
we are very excited about some
I
good
love
price
Randwick
winners.
Melbourne Cup Day. I love the 3-4 maidens.
Cannot wait
Yeah.
to get to the races tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching and best of punting.
See you guys.